What's up? It's your boy We Review Dre here, back with another one. This time today we're gonna be getting into Backwoods, man. Everybody know about the woods. Period. It's one of the most serious ways to smoke. Most people, I say a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I say top two, top three. This is definitely one of the biggest smoking styles. So we gonna get into it, right into it. Backwoods was created in 1973. Backwoods was created because of Richard Nixon, because he started cracking down on you know what I'm saying, these tobacco companies, the cigarette companies. So Backwoods came out as a way to, you know what I'm saying, circumvent all that shit. So that shit came out back in 1973. And you know what I'm saying? When it first came out, it wasn't like now. You know what I'm saying? It was a different era. And Backwoods was made for different people. It wasn't made for people like me and you. They was made for the outdoors people. You know what I'm saying? Backwoods was rugged, was marketed as like a rugged cigar, you know, tough, rugged cigar for the people out there, you know what I'm saying, in the woods, you know what I'm saying, who live that type of lifestyle type shit. So, you know what I'm saying, that's how Backwoods got on. You know what I'm saying? It was for that back then, and it was marketed totally differently. But eventually, you know what I'm saying, anybody who know Mac Dre, they know him talking about Woods. Eventually, Woods made its way to the people who do the loud, and it became a premier way to smoke. You know what I'm saying? So 1990s, 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Especially 2010s, and now you hear a shitload of people talking about using Backwoods, all the type of flavors, the honey backwood, you know, all the flavors, all the shit going on. But I'm gonna get into it. Backwoods is basically, it's like in between smoking a funnel and a blunt. It's like you get the same experience with both. It doesn't have the same type of kick and harshness as the funnel, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, it still has that tobacco kick, so to speak. You know what I'm saying, natural tobacco leaf. You know what I'm saying? So it still has it, but it smokes like a blunt. So you really get like two different, you know, smoking occasions, so to speak, in one. Backwoods is good. You know what I'm saying? It's like you get a funnel smoke, but you kind of get the blunt high too. You know what I'm saying? When you're smoking it, you do get, you know, certain principles like the funnel, but I got to keep it real. You know, it kind of has like blunt principles. People who are smoking know what I'm talking about. But Backwoods, the good thing about them is you got all type of flavors. But Backwoods, though, they really, you know, I ain't going to say they finessing, but, you know, they give you 5 Backwoods in a pack, and they'll sell it to you for like, you know what I'm saying, $5 to $9 to $10. Back then, like around 9 years ago, they used to be like at certain gas stations like $9 and change, whatever. And sometimes they would be stale. That's one of the negative things about Backwoods is sometimes, you know, they come stale with holes in them. And if you pay that money and you got, you know, stale shit, holes in them, you know what I'm saying, that ain't it. But besides that, I say like the funnel leaf, they'll give you a whole leaf for like $5 or whatever. But Backwoods, they'll give you way less. And you know what I'm saying? You have to go back and keep buying another one. Some people, you know what I'm saying, they put like an eighth, or they put a lot of them. And but some smokers, they like to smoke repeatedly. So like smoke repeated joints, spliffs, blunts, whatever. But Backwoods, you know what I'm saying, it is good. You know what I'm saying? They're very accessible too. You can go like anywhere in the country, gas stations, 7-Elevens. You can go anywhere. They sell these. You know, they got the flavors. You know, like if I was on vacation, I can't find no funnel, you go immediately to go get Backwood. For spliffs, I don't think they're as good for spliff. You rather use funnel or grabber. But basically, you know, they're good, so to speak. You know, sometimes if you get good quality, they're excellent. But you know, the problem is sometimes you got to go to a place that has the good quality ones. You know, they smoke slow, durable. They have good, like if you get like, you know, like the flavors you're looking at on the screen, like if you get the different flavors, they have good accents when you smoke. like I said, when it's fresh and it's good and it's soft, it's a real good experience type stuff. I'm gonna keep it real though. I feel like if you get a blunt, you're gonna get higher off a blunt than a backwood, because I feel like the tobacco leaf distorts the high, meaning you're gonna get a smoking experience, but you're gonna give it up for, you could have had a better high. But because the backwood, unlike the funnel, has, a blunt type experience with it, you still get those blunt highs, because those blunt highs is different from like the backwood and the how you call it, the grabba and the tobacco leaf highs, because that tobacco, that strong tobacco, like I said, it just distorts the high. But besides this, I feel like the marketing, meaning like the way it looks type stuff, that's what gets a lot of people through the door, besides the reputation. But I'll say this is a good way to smoke. This is how a lot of people smoke nowadays. But I feel like the real savvy smokers who are into tobacco leaf, they're going to go get a sort of type of Fonto, or they're just going to go to grabba. So I feel like backwood is good, but in reality, I say backwood is like the backup or second fiddle to the Fano, the Old Man, the Fano King, and all those companies when it comes to the tobacco leaf. But besides that, I'll say, this is a consummate way to smoke. One of the things is the kick is good. I think the kick for like, the Fano, it has a bit more, it has clearly more strength. Sometimes it can have a bit more, but if it's good Fano, it clearly has more strength. And it's like kind of like a rougher type hit, harsher, but like a tobacco harsh. When it comes to the backwood, the kick is good, but it's lighter, which I think some people will be fans of. And so that's something that has to be factored in. When I refer to the kick, I'm talking about, when you inhale, you know, the smoke type stuff. But I would say backwoods is good, and I would say, it's definitely consummate. But if you looking for something that's stronger, better, more intense, so to speak, or something where you don't really care too much for the blunt experience, you just care for the smoking experience, definitely check out a funnel. But I would say backwoods is good. The different flavors, everything I said earlier. But also, when it comes to backwoods, I feel like really it's the brand name behind it, the popularity. Like if you on IG or you on the book or whatever it is, like you pull up, you got something loud, you show you smoking backwoods, it's like, people look at it like it's official. It's like, I think like these people use good marketing technique. It started off, men back then who's in the woods, or these, people who live a certain type of lifestyle will use these. But eventually, the urban folk realize, when they try to make it like a tough type cigar, it goes real well with the loud. You get a certain type of tough, good, harsh, so to speak, smoking experience that a lot of urban people and people in general appreciate. So I'll say this is definitely a good way to smoke. Check out, I would say what's this backwood called? The Russian one. You gotta check out the Russian one. They don't got that in my state, but I went to another state. They had it. It's real good. Thanks for watching the video today. Subscribe and like.